Well, I can tell you this, it's 28 degrees. I'm late getting out. God, it's 7 o'clock. I'm late. Number two thinks she's going to go to work, I think. They're supposed to bottle today. There's at least a quarter-inch of ice underneath the snow on everything. And what is hitting me is not solid. And yes, it snowed in the middle of everything last night. Dogs are busy sniffing. Snowed on poop, I guess. Actually feels better today than it did yesterday, because we're that little bit colder and the humidity went down. And you like this one. We've got two heaters running in the trailer, both of them set on low usually, and things have been comfortable. It's been between 66 and 71 or 72 degrees with those two heaters. Even the nights that we've had have been colder than it is right now. But when freezing rain started yesterday, with it being, right on the verge of freezing, but not freezing, it got down to 60 degrees in there. We ended up with both heaters on high. And after about 2 or 3 hours with both of them on high, it made it up to 62 degrees. But the colder it got, the warmer it got in the house. You're probably wondering, oh yeah, all right, you're full of shit. No, the humidity went down. The relative humidity outside went down. As it went down, it warmed up inside the house, your trailer. So, in case you're wondering, I peeked. I didn't see anything in there. There's no new babies in there that I can see. That doesn't mean there isn't something hiding behind something. Oh, and look, there's a number two again. Covering her face because she's probably trying to stay warm.
No, the dog just took a shit.
Oh no! Dog poop. Blaming it on my dog.
That was your dog.
Oh, there's two others. Oh man, I'm walking between two of them. Be careful.
It was that one right there.
Yeah, well, there's two new piles back there, and she's blaming it on mine. Oh well. That'd be an easy morning to see some coyotes out there, but they've been pretty scarce since the last time I shot one. I'm fine with that. Oh well. See, so I just thought I'd prove that, yeah, we do get snow. Just haven't had near as much this year, this winter as normal. And I'll get you something later. Maybe I'll get you something here in another minute when there's another calf, or maybe there won't be anything. Oh, she spoiled it for us. She says there's nothing. Why does she know? Because those are her boot tracks.
There was one of the 2-year-olds that was standing there for me when I went over to the house. So I came down to check on him.
Yeah, I figured you went this way. Okay, now we know. There's nothing to look at. That just means it's time to go to work. Okay, well, we'll hope we don't get this one took down for nudity or something. Because I was going to show you a breastfeeding video, but then she moved. She was actually turned the other direction. Everything was great until the dogs walked up behind me. And she got upset about that. But that's the newest calf from yesterday. Up and eating. And yes, she milks. Till she get a little older, her teeth are getting a little bigger. Hopefully she doesn't get to where they can't get on them. But, sorry, I'm not going to try to blow that up. I'm doing good holding still. And yeah, time to feed. Sounds like number two is going to try to leave. Hope she makes it to work safe. So far, there hasn't been any traffic past here this morning that I've seen. I did hear one. It's like they're screwing around, but I never saw them go by, so who knows. Here's one reason we make our own hoses. We still have some regular washing machine hoses, but these are heavy brass. They don't break. And the way we put them together, that froze and slipped out. It did it sometime in the middle of the night. This is the one in the barn for the 2-year-olds. I noticed their trough was a little low this morning. Usually that's not an issue until we get below 26 degrees, and we only made it to 28. But also a spot right there where the tins dogs have been in after mice that are around the insulation underneath where this is. And so anyway, the tins gotten pushed out and the wind came right in on that hose. I unhooked it. The pushed out fitting was from where it goes into the overhead. And as soon as I took that fitting off, water drained out of the overhead line. So I'm hoping that it's clear. I'm hoping it just froze this section, and luckily when it blew it off, it didn't spew everywhere. But yeah, I gotta have a little fun. When that thaws out, I'll press the end back into it. In the meantime, I gotta go heat up some faucets and get them to thaw out, because it did freeze the faucet. And hopefully I can get that done without busting anything up. I showed this before. I got a piece that goes in the end of the fitting, so it pushes down in the center and not there. And slip the collar on first. A little silicone spray on the barb. Stick it in here and press it together. And since this one came apart, and I know the collar was spread a little, it had 2 notches on it. We got some different collars to use. They just got a single notch, and they're a double wrap thing with a little ratcheting crimper. So I crimped the one side. It's tight, it ain't going anywhere. Hopefully if it's got to do it again, it'll still give. And I got everything down there thawed out with a heat gun. Thawed out fairly quick, actually. I'm happy about that. It was just right up the faucets. So now I'm going to go see if water comes out the other end. Hopefully it does. See if it'll do it here. The ground is not froze. Well, at least the driveway, it's not froze. This is all ice, though, with a layer of water underneath it. It's getting really interesting to walk on, because it's warm enough that what was loose on top is melted and refroze. So, yay. And yeah, I'm still messing with water. Number 2's been checking calves, making sure they're good. And I just got to figure what I'm going to do to get some water to these girls, because I don't know how much of that overhead line is frozen, but I know it's enough. It ain't going to thaw for a few days. So, fun. Safe. I don't worry about if it's going to be that cold, but, you know, warmer than it should have been an issue, and it was an issue. Hey, guess what? I thought for sure this hose, this is the one on the reel over there. I mean, if it's going to be chilly, we try to drain it out a little bit. It actually siphoned itself out. Oops, sorry about that. Pretty much all the way. I thought, I wonder what the odds are that it might go. It did. So I dodged a bullet on that one. So these girls in this pen get water. Probably fill it up a little fuller than normal. Maybe it'll thaw part of it out in that float. I don't know. But I'm good with that. And yes, I will drain it again. What I like to do is shut it off and disconnect the hose before it gets rolled in. It'll usually do it. But it usually doesn't get rolled out very far, and there's, I don't know, 170 feet or something like that on there. And I guess I'm not going to worry about the cows yet, but I probably will. I don't know if I had to unhook it, but I did. It's been long enough that, you know, hey, Amy's out here drinking. Woohoo. But it isn't down that far from this morning. It does kind of have a little slush on top, though. So, since I got this one working, I'll just go ahead and fill this up. And, yeah, some places the ground froze enough that it stayed white with snow and didn't thaw the snow off the top to make ice. I did plan today, while it was a little solider, to try to get the cow lot clean, but there's not enough time left in a day for that now. That's like about a 3 or 4 hour job with the skid steer. So I'm just gonna hopefully get enough water in here to last until morning and get the hose drained out. I said earlier in the video that Mom said the water was fine back here. Yeah, right. That's where that is after I unhooked the other end. It belongs up here. And so far I'm thinking that it's froze down behind the insulation, because I haven't got anything here yet. So it might be interesting. Only other way to get water here is with a really long hose, and I don't think we got one. So hey, hope y'all are staying safe and warm, and I'm freezing my butt off. Thanks for watching.